So I guess the way things do exist is that I'm putting them together on the basis of their parts, right? On the basis of their parts, on the basis of the parts of the cup, I put together a cup in my mind, right? And then I see a cup. Is that possible?
Yes.
Is it possible to be doing that, Stefan?
No.
It's impossible. It's impossible to be doing that. But we just said that's how it exists. It exists as parts based on put together holes on the basis of parts. That's how it does exist. So what do you mean it's impossible? How come? That's what I'm doing. I'm putting together the parts of the parts of the parts, and then putting together the parts of the parts, and then putting the parts of the parts, putting together the parts into a whole, right? On the basis of all the parts I put together in a whole.
Seems like it.
Seems like it, doesn't it? That seems like. What's the problem with that? It would take forever. If that's actually what I would do, really, truly, self-existently, if that was actually what I was doing, I would never finish making a cup. Right? There's infinite levels of which at which you could go to say, well, wait a minute, I got to put together the parts of the parts of the parts of the parts of the parts on the basis of their parts. Right? Where would that process end? So you'd never finish. So projection itself is what? A projection. The very process of reality making is, of course, can't be happening the way it seems. Okay? So yeah, now this thing should make you go, a little bit. You should be going, now at this point. All right? This is the whole point of these courses, actually. The whole point is just like having people come out of the teaching going, Something's funky here. Something's fishy. See? You get to something's fishy feeling. That something fishy feeling, I've done my job. My work here is complete. If you get that something fishy feeling, see, because then the beginning of the end, it's the beginning of the end of ignorance. Ignorance depends on certainty. Ignorance depends on a false kind of certainty. And you introduce some doubt into your ignorance, and it begins to crumble. The edifice begins to crumble. And that process may take, weeks, months, years, lifetimes. But eventually, she's got to come down. The ignorant edifice is going to come down. Okay? And it maybe tonight, was the first day of the rest of your life. The first chink in the edifice. See? It's just like maybe that just happened just now. See? Maybe that just happened. So, eventually that process, that beginning of that process will lead you to ultimate happiness someday. Okay? So congratulations. We're on our way. No, really. You can't achieve ultimate happiness until the chink starts happening. Until those chinks, you start to put some chinks into your certainty that, of course, things exist the way I see them. So we're going to get to, in Nagarjuna's teaching tonight, we're going to get to a very, very important part of this chapter, where he just reiterates that this is what they call the middle way. This is another understanding of what the middle way is. The middle way is a third option. Pung sumba, they say, right, in Tibetan. A third option between two impossible choices. There's a third option. So what's the first choice? Things exist the way they seem. And Arya Nagarjuna has as his appointed task to make sure that you don't leave the room thinking that things exist the way they seem. Cannot. He has it as his appointed task to make you go, things are fishy. Something's fishy. Can't be the way they seem. The other extreme. Well, if they're not the way they seem, then I guess they don't exist at all. I guess there are no cups out there. That I somehow could put my hand through this cup. It's just is an illusion in that sense. It's a dream cup. And I have a dream finger, and everything's just a dream, and nothing matters. See, that's the other extreme. That's the extreme of nihilism, actually. That nothing matters. Nothing's there, and nothing matters. And that's actually the extreme that we were talking about earlier. In the academic world, that's an extreme that many people have fallen off of. That's what they call postmodernism, actually. That's kind of the definition of postmodernism. Is that it's just nihilism. Nothing matters. Everything's just opinion. Everything's just perspective. Nothing's no truth. There's no truth. So the third way is things do exist, but they don't exist the way they seem. They do exist. How? As a projection forced upon me upon my karma. Where's the guru? Yeah, there you go. She's the mantra She says that mantra. The things are they're just projections. They're coming from my mind, and the reason that I'm putting together the world the way I am is because of how I've treated others in the past. So there you go. That's the cash out to all of this. You see? That's why morality matters so much. That's why kindness matters so much. See, Dalai Lama says, my religion, kindness, you see. Yeah, like simple monk, just a simple, I know nothing, a simple monk. My religion, kindness. Yeah. Well, yeah, simple monk, right? And, but kindness, of course. But why is his religion kindness? You think like he's just like, oh, I don't know. I just kind. It's nice to be kind. You're kind because it matters. It totally matters. See, it matters because the projections you have in the world depend on your kindness or unkindness towards others. So everything matters. Everything. See, body, what you do, speech, what you say, and what you think. Everything matters. Everything's recorded by Mr. Karma, who exists on Pluto. He lives on Pluto with a big, bank of supercomputers, and he's just watching everything you do. So you think so? Who's Mr. Karma? You. You're Mr. Karma. So everything you do, so you can run, but you can't hide from Mr. Karma because he's you. So you can go to the most remote motel room, right? Close all the curtains, lock the door. Mr. Karma's right there with you.